is giving yourself grace and not being afraid to try things on, make some missteps, not get it all the way right. Giving yourself that grace and space to understand that life is going to happen and that it's not always going to look peachy keen. I know for me, sometimes I think I have clarity about a thing because I'm doing a whole bunch of things. So easy to find yourself locked into doing things.
Welcome to the We Ain't Normal podcast, where each week we share the best tools to help neurodiverse moms navigate life so you can enjoy more flow, focus, and freedom to live your best life yet. And now, here's your host, Charmaine Fuller.
Are you feeling buried under a list of things to do that seem to have no end in sight? Do you feel like if you slow down or stop, things will fall apart? Are you feeling like you're consistently missing the mark or dropping the ball in the most important areas of your life? Well, that's why the Simplify My Schedule workshop was created. Simplify My Schedule is designed to help you uncover the secret to creating a schedule that keeps you focused and in flow. Simply. To learn more, go to thecharmedlife.me/workshop and sign up for the next workshop session. I'll see you there. Hey, welcome back to the We Ain't Normal show. Today is a solo episode with just me to help wrap this up with a bow of the wonderful guests that we've had on with us for this first part of season 2. One of the overarching themes, oh, look at me and my words. One of the overarching themes that I got from this first half of season 2's guest was clarity or awareness, which they're kind of in the same arena. So having clarity and awareness, being willing to go with the flow in a way that allows you to operate in alignment with what you want, but that requires clarity. And the other piece is giving yourself grace and not being afraid to try things on, make some missteps, not get it all the way right. Giving yourself that grace and space to understand that life is going to happen and that it's not always going to look peachy keen. The first thing I wanted to touch on was definitely the clarity piece. I love clarity. Clarity is queen, and it's very underrated. Clarity is so underrated because I don't know about you, but I know for me, sometimes I think I have clarity about a thing because I'm doing a whole bunch of things, when in actuality, I'm just doing a whole bunch of things, but I don't actually I'm not operating from a space of clarity and knowing, okay, why am I doing this? What's my intention behind doing this? And it's so easy to find yourself locked into doing things because we either feel like it's what's expected of us, or we've just been doing them for so long anyway, we might as well keep doing them, or we just don't know how to make that pivot or that shift. And so that's why clarity is so super important, and knowing where you are in this season in your life, knowing what your life areas are doing, your finances, your business/career, your relationships, your love relationships, your friends and family, your health and wellness. Oh my gosh, that's a huge one. And your spiritual journey. Like, where are you? What are these areas of your life doing? What season are you in these areas of your life? What can you take on? What can you not take on? How do you want these areas to feel? And, like we've been saying all season, these are deep questions. I think we get into this space of wanting the next quick answer, right? Because life feels so heavy and stressful and overwhelming right now. We're looking for that quick weekend getaway. We're looking for that spa day. We're looking for the thing that we think is going to give us the most instantaneous relief. And then we say, and then I'll be able to focus and move back. But if you know, like I know, that if you don't have this foundational piece set into place, you can take the weekend away. You can take the spa day. You can have a weekend or a day of silence. And then when you come back, things feel even more heavy than when you decided to pull back from life and from things surrounding it. So having that clarity and keeping that clarity, consistently checking in with yourself. Are you on the path that you say you want to be on? Are you intentionally showing up in places that you know are going to take you to the next level? Or are you continuously doing the menial, the things that aren't necessarily taking you anywhere, but they're just things to do? Is your schedule feeling like you're in control, or is it feeling like you're being controlled? Having the clarity of those pieces, knowing what's going on, asking yourself, how am I showing up in life? How are things working out for me just in general? Having that clarity is so important, and it's so underrated. So, if you're feeling like you're still putting out fires, even though you have this beautiful planner with all of these beautiful pieces to it, then that just means you're still missing clarity somewhere. And clarity is not a destination. It's a journey. I wish I could tell you that, oh my gosh, I came up with my clarity pieces and my life is so fabulous. Like, I don't even have to think about like my next steps because I've written down this clarity plan and it's great. No, again, this season has been all about things shift and change and being aware of what's going on and knowing when you need to pivot. But you can't do that if you're not consistently checking in with yourself, if you're not consistently showing up for yourself and showing up to create the life that you want to have. The second piece, so that's the first thing. Clarity is queen. It allows your life to flow. It keeps you from focusing on the wrong things. And it helps you to know when you need to pivot and when you can really say yes to a thing and when you can really say no to a thing. The other thing is traveling your own path. When you're clear, it's easier for you to travel your own path, not to get caught up in what you think other people think you should do. It helps you to stay out of the people-pleasing mode, which is, for those of us that are neurodiverse, it's a huge thing, especially for neurodiverse women. It's a huge thing to want to people please. It's a huge thing to want to fit in and to feel like you're doing all the things. It shows up for neurodiverse women. And also, I think women who were caregivers at a young age, like me. I was an older child. I was taking care of a younger sibling. So I was a caregiver. And so when you're a caregiver and you're trying to navigate all these different pieces of your life, it's easy to slip into this space of not being in alignment with yourself because you've never been in alignment with yourself. And so knowing what fits for you and giving yourself grace in this entire process is not always the easiest thing to do, but it is possible. And so simplifying how you engage with life, that's why clarity again is so important. Again, like I said, it's going to help you to simplify what to say yes to for real and what to say no to for real. Feeling like life is going so fast that if you slowed down, it would all fall apart. If you always feel like you're going somewhere but never getting anywhere good, the Simplify My Schedule workshop is just what you need to get life back in flow. To learn more, go to thecharmedlife.me/workshop to sign up for the next workshop session. I'll see you there. Now, back to our show. Organizing your life in a way that feels spacious to you, even if you have a lot of moving pieces in your life. It's possible for life to feel spacious, and it's going to take time to get there. Giving yourself, again, the space and grace to get there, giving yourself the time to get there, and not feeling like you have to do it all overnight. Being really conscious that just being really conscious that you're not always going to feel on top of the world and being okay with that. I know, for me, one of the challenges is in coming up with a plan and the plan changing. That is something that I had to learn how to flow with. And that takes work. If you've never really engaged with your life from a space of looking at clarity, intention, awareness first, and just what you have to do first, it's going to take practice to reprogram your brain to go, no, 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 no. We need to make sure that this is in alignment and is this a part of our plan? So it's going to take time to do that. So giving yourself that space to flow. Having a to-do list doesn't mean that you're necessarily clear about your life and what your next steps are. See, when you're clear about what's going on now, you can clearly plan what you want to happen next. And so that's why it feels like sometimes having checklists and to-do lists and stuff like that, and it feels like it's causing you more overwhelm than freedom. That's because you're focused on future and not present. And knowing what's going on in the present, what's your now, is going to allow you to effectively choose that next and schedule it in a way that supports your brain and life versus always feeling like you're fighting against it. Clarity is going to be that only way to reduce the stress and overwhelm around your schedule and around your life. So if you do nothing else as you get ready to prepare for summer break and all the fun that I'm sure is to ensue this summer. I hope for everybody. I hope everyone has a safe and productive summer. I want you to take some space and get clear and create some form of order. It's not going to be perfect. You don't have to take an entire weekend to do it. You can take a few minutes each day. In fact, that's how I recommend if life is feeling really overwhelming right now, me telling you to, oh my gosh, take a weekend and just sit and plan out your life. That feels overwhelming. That feels almost impossible, especially if you already feel like your life is going hella fast and that stopping or slowing down would freak you out. What I really suggest you do is taking those life areas that I mentioned toward the beginning of the show and write it down and ask yourself, how does this area feel now? How do I want it to feel? What can I do? How can I show up in a way that allows me to hit those feelings on a more consistent basis, right? So when you ask yourself those types of questions before you engage with something, what is my intention for this activity? Right? Let's say you're taking your kids to the beach. What is my intention? Is my intention to have fun and to be present? Or is my intention to just, kind of spaz out and be worried about so many different things? What is the feeling that I'm trying to generate for myself and others as we go through this particular activity? And this, again, just like everything else, it is a practice. You're not going to write these down and remember them all the time right off rip, especially if you have not been asking yourself these questions on a regular basis. Also getting clear about your energy. What are your energy leaks, right? Where do you find yourself the most drained? And if it's a place where you can outsource or delegate, by all means, do that and get yourself out of things that are energy draining for you. And it can be as simple as having HelloFresh or Purple Carrot meals come to the house every week, or having, the grocery store deliver your groceries to you. But whatever that is, that can help you to create more of the feelings that you want to create. I want to invite you to take a look at that and truly create memories, and not just a life or a summer where mom is not even present and not even remembering what's going on because she was already 10 steps ahead and not in the moment. Plus, when you're in the moment, it really allows you to see where you need to pivot and where something's not working. Oftentimes, you don't know where you need to pivot in a thing because you're not present in a thing. And when you're not present in it, you can't really see the underbelly of what's going on because you're not there. And just know that if this is something that has been a challenge for you, don't beat yourself up. It's not going to motivate you. It's not going to inspire you. In fact, it's going to make you want to run and hide. Showing yourself space and grace in this process, knowing that this is going to take time, and being willing to give yourself that time. It's going to be so important. That's the purpose of the Simplify My Schedule workshops. It's 2 days where you set yourself up for 90 days. And it gives you that space to actually in workshop where you are working through things, and you leave the workshop with a completed 90-day plan. So if nothing else, you have this plan that you can begin to execute based on the things that I've talked about in this particular episode, and knowing how you want things to feel, being clear about what season of your life you're in, so you can know what type of moves to make next, so that you're not just going through the motions or doing a whole bunch of stuff. I really want to invite you to free yourself, to take the time. And I know you might go, oh my gosh, I don't have the time. Don't worry. When you sign up, you get the recordings. You have access to the recordings for 60 days post-workshop, so that you can go back through and grab the parts you need to grab. And it's in video. It'll be in video, audio, and even transcribed. So let's say you have to go someplace and you can't necessarily listen to it, but you can maybe read through the transcript and get some things done. But give yourself the gift of the space of getting things in order. Order creates freedom. Order creates flow. But getting yourself in order is going to be the best thing that you do for your sanity. And it's going to be the best thing that you do for your family and the life that you want to create. So thank you so much for joining me for the first part of season 2 of the We Ain't Normal show. This season has been so much fun. It has been eye-opening. There's been a lot of giggles. There's been a lot of discovery. And thank you so much for taking the ride with me. I look forward to seeing you in this upcoming session of the Simplify My Schedule workshop. Until next time, remember, stay weird, and I'll see you in a few weeks. Have a great summer. Bye. Thanks for listening to the We Ain't Normal show. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe so that other neurodiverse moms can feel seen, heard, and supported in their journey. Until next time, remember, stay weird, and I'll see you on the next episode.